Good evening, everyone. My name is Tracy Lara, and I would like to talk today about the dangers of using a cell phone when you're driving. This is a problem with majority of people of this day and age, and the laws are definitely becoming more strict about it. And there's also severe consequences for those of you who choose to use a cell phone when you're driving. This topic applies to most everyone because most people have a cell phone by the time they can drive a car. So let's talk about how the lives can be affected if you choose to use a cell phone when you're driving. I spoke with a Pennsylvania state trooper and I asked him his definition of distracted driving, and this is what he told me. Any person who drives a vehicle in careless disregard for the safety of persons or property is guilty of careless driving. The laws are changing, and they're only going to continue to change in regards to using a cell phone when you're driving. For example, according to the Texas Tribune, in March of 2015, 40 cities in Texas have banned texting and driving. Not only that, but 44 states have also banned texting and driving. Now that we know why we shouldn't drive while distracted, let's discuss the different ways that phones can be distracting. First of all, there's talking. Even if it's a hands-free device, your mind is still preoccupied. You're going to be thinking about what that person is saying to you or what you're going to say to them next, when you should be focused on the road, where you're going, how to get there, or even the other drivers that are on the road with you. Next, there's also texting. According to Columbus Telegram, a person who is sending or receiving a text looks down at their phone for an average of 5 seconds. Let's see what looking down at your phone for 5 seconds actually is. In those 5 seconds, if I was traveling 55 miles per hour, I could have traveled the full length of a football field. That is the statistic that really hit home for me. A state patrol recently purchased an interactive simulator, and the purpose of the simulator was for adults to try to drive safely when they were given a multitude of scenarios that distracted them. The results were that most of the adults came back stating that the simulator really made them realize how dangerous it was to drive while distracted. This is definitely a topic that relates to everyone, and I'm sure you all know someone who was affected by it. According to the Journal of Injury and Violence Research, texting while driving increases your chances of having an incident 23 times. That's also another statistic that really hit home for me too. The Western Journal of Emergency Medicine stated that a quarter of the accidents were caused by distracted driving in the United States. They also stated that fatalities from distracted driving had increased by 28%, and that's just in 3 years. Since we're all eligible to drive and we all have cell phones, the dangers relate to each one of us, whether we choose to acknowledge them or not. Distracted driving is a problem with the majority of people this day and age. The laws have changed, and they're only going to continue to change. And there are severe consequences for those who choose to drive and use their cell phones. I would like to conclude my speech by telling you to save your own life and the life of your family and your friends by taking a stand against using cell phones while you're driving. Thank you for your time.